is Shay O'Connell, and we gather here today to remember Tom O'Connell. He was my grandfather, and I remember the day he died. It was a Sunday, and my dad had woken me up at around 8 o'clock, and he told me the news. It was a very sad day for all of us, and my dad was on the phone all day talking to his brothers and sisters about how they are going to arrange the funeral. And about 2 weeks later, we flew from Washington to Wisconsin for the funeral. And I remember it being a very sad and depressing day. But what I want to remember is all the good times we had and what a wonderful grandpa he was. And I'd like to share some of these with you today. My grandfather was a hard worker. He worked his whole life up until basically the day he died. After he got out of high school, he went into the military, and he did that for about 15 years. After he got out of the military, he went and opened his own business to build houses for people. And he did that until he retired. And when he retired, he went and did the Habitat for Humanity and became the recreational director. He worked hard to provide for his family, and I'm sure that all his kids and even my siblings and me are grateful for that, because he never gave up, and that's what he taught us to do. He also loved to listen to music and play guitar. And I remember he would hold us in his arms, and he was actually the first one to introduce me to the Beatles, which I love that band, so. And he would just hold us in his lap and he would sing to us. But what I remember most about his singing is his answering machine, because for his answering machine, he made up a song about leaving your name and number, and he'll get back to you as soon as he could. And I thought that was really unique, just like he was. He was also very loving. He loved his family and friends so much, and he did everything that he could to help his family and provide for them when they were kids. And when they all grew up and got off to college, he vowed that he would someday be as close to them be as close to his grandchildren as he was to his own children. And he was. Every time that we would ask him to babysit, he would babysit us, and he attended every function that he could. And as we grew up and we started talking to him about real things, not like silly stuff that we talked about as a kid, you could tell that he was really listening, and that when he talked, he really looked at you and you knew that he was paying attention. And it made you feel really good and loved. And one of the last things that he did before he died was help out his daughter, who was struggling to keep her house, and she was just struggling with money. And that made her feel so good, because her father was dying, and he still did that one thing for her that helped her get back on her feet. And it's sad to see such a caring person go, but as Tom Denver once said, death is not an ending, but a symbol of movement along the path which we are all traveling. As it may be painful to lose contact with the physical aspect of one we love, we have always and will be a part of each other. And I know that I will always be a part of him, and he will always be in my life. I am blessed to have had him in my life, and because without him, I wouldn't be who I am today.